of all, okay, don't be judging me, okay? I like to snack, okay? I like to snack, and I just finished having this snack right here, right? First of all, I didn't even plan this. I didn't even plan to be where I am right now. Like, but I was open and I was receptive to divine instruction. Woo! Okay, all right. I got a lot of screams. I got a lot of screams. Oh my god. Oh my god. O-M mother freaking G. Woo. Okay. You guys know, you guys know that I adore this global community, and all right, I'm okay. You know I adore this global community called Agape International Spiritual Center. I was calling them like on a weekly basis. The beginning of this year, and then school got a little busy, a lot busy, and I haven't. But this particular Sunday's message was so profound. And when I tell you and when I say act up, I mean act up in a good way. When I tell you they acted up on that stage and their worship, oh my God! Like first of all, when they came out, I was like, oh, they about to act up. I see the brother. I was like, oh, he about to act up, and they acted all the way up, and it was such a good thing because they incorporated the essence. If you know, like I know, you know. When you go to a black church and they get into that praise and worship and the Holy Ghost really be moving up in there, and you know how you just forget, you just be like, people do all type of stuff, right? That type of freedom, it's a freedom when the Spirit of God is just moving. It's a freedom, and so they got up there and they ran across the stage and they was acting up, and I'm pretty sure they've done it before. I mean, Reverend Michael Beckwith is always kicking his foot up in the daggone air. That's his version of act up. I don't know if he's done a cartwheel or not yet, but in my mind, I feel like he's done one already. But he's definitely touching his toes and kicking up and stuff. That's his act up, right? Oh God! And kudos to him. I just watched one of his old what you call it recently. One of his when he still had his dreads, his locks, and I'm like the mom in me is like get back, like back up, because he would be so filled with the spirit of the divine that he would be like almost on he would not almost on the edge of the stage, he would be on the edge of the stage, like one foot completely on the stage, the other foot halfway on the stage. I'm like, please back up, back up, I'm listening, yes, but back up. Anyway, so they just called me, like the ministry just called me, and I was just like, "What?" I felt like screaming. I felt like screaming. I'm screaming now because and I was just like, oh my god, like anytime. So that was so, whew, okay, all right. That is just a piece of today. That is just a piece of today. So interesting, right? Beginning of the week or whatever, I got some messages from the divine, and it's like, oh, it's gonna be some challenges, but you're gonna get through the challenges, and do not shrink. Do not shrink. Whatever you do not shrink yourself. And I was like, okay, I don't be shrinking myself anyway. But one of the challenges I had, it wasn't really calling me to shrink. It was calling me to grow, but it called me to rapidly grow. And I call it a growth spurt because it was a little hurtful, it was a little painful, And like in the middle of it, I didn't know it was growing. I just know I was crying and I was hurting. I didn't know what was happening. I was crying, I was hurting, I was crying, I was hurting, I was crying, I was hurting. And the next day, it was like more pressure, so to speak. And then just like it was just like my growth was there, like it happened. And because I faced a situation, and I, without any thought, without any meditation on what should I do, what could I do, it was like I knew what to do, and I just did it. And like since that moment, it was just like I had to come to realizations and acceptance, and I did all of that, and I was like, oh, okay, this is where I'm at, this is where I'm at this space. Ooh, okay, all right, I accept. And then I've been taking care of my business, and then I've been showing up, and then I showed up today, and I did what I had to do. I contribute my vibration into spaces, into places. And I, so this call that I just got like 5 minutes ago, how long have I been talking? 5 minutes ago, I just got off the phone. I was like, oh my God, I gotta do it, I gotta do it, I gotta catalog it. I had a similar phone call. I have physical therapy now twice a week, right? Physical therapy twice a week. And I have transportation that comes and gets me. So I got a text message saying that my transportation was canceled. And so I called to see, like, why was my transportation canceled? And so the company that does the transportation has this digital AI setup that's like trying to have a whole conversation with me. And I'm like, live agent, please. Like, I need to talk to a person. So finally, they're like, give me a try. I'm like, no, I need a live person. Like, come on now. People are needed for customer service, okay? We need live human beings, okay? Um, that can think for themselves. Like that whole idea, like, oh, we're gonna cut costs and have the computer do it. Psychomike, like the computer can assist them, but you need to always have a person that's there because the computer be glitching, okay? And this is what the computer was doing today, this particular situation. The computer was automatically sending messages and alarming the heck out of people. So I get on the phone with the rep and I'm talking to the rep and she's like, thank you so much for understanding. She was like, I apologize. The computer is sending out messages. Your ride is still scheduled for this time. You're fine. All is well. All is good. And I just laughed, right? And she was like, girl, most of our clients are over the age of 50 and they do not understand when she told them the same thing she told me. So she was like, Miss Bay, thank you so much for understanding. Thank you so much. You have prepared me for the rest of these people. And she was only 15 minutes into her shift. But even in the 15 minutes that she's been there, there was there was people calling and not just inquiring like how I inquired, like, well, why did I get this text message in a nice, pleasant tone? But no, they were angry. They were calling, they're angry. What do you mean? And, da, 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 da. And she was like, you have prepared me for the day. Now I know not to take it serious. Now I know. Thank you so much. Like she was thanking me. And so it was like that happened. And then so I'm going backwards. I'm not going backwards, but I'm going from Agape call just now, which was basically the same thing. It was the same interaction, different words, but the same thing. Well, not different words, because she said thank you too. She said thank you because we received your, like, they could feel it, they could feel it. It's time for me to sing to the world now. I know I still have to touch up on my voice stuff, but it's time. It must be the time. It must be the time for me to sing to the world now. It's because the world can feel it. They can feel it. They can feel the vibration in my voice. They can feel the tonality. They can feel it. But people could just feel it. Oh my God, people could feel it. And I'm so happy that they can feel it because I be feeling everything. Not everything, but I be feeling people's stuff. And I just be like, sometimes that's why I don't want to, like, I have to, like, be very strategic in how I in how I travel, because, like, traveling in the mix of, like, a cesspool of energy with public transportation is very challenging, and then going into another, cesspool is such the wrong terminology. Sea, how about a sea? And a sea of energies in the morning, and then going into a whole nother sea, into an ocean of energies, and operating in that ocean, and then going back into the sea. It's going from the sea to the ocean to the sea. It's a lot. It's a lot, right? So, anywho, I got the phone call from Agape, right? I got the phone. I made the phone call to the transportation place. Now, I'm going back. I traveled on the bus today once, and I traveled in the middle of the day. And I was a little logically, I was hesitant for a half a second, but my spirit was like, my spirit gave me instructions. I followed the instructions, and that was it. And then I saw other things, and I can't even talk about those things. Like those things, I can't even tell you. I just saw things, and I was like really pondering, like really hard, like for real, like for. So I was right when I was absolutely right. I will say this. I was absolutely right when I say that. I'm gonna just say the giant. The giant prepared me for this experience right here, and I I have had the pleasure, not even the well, I have had the pleasure, and I have had the not even that I have met and I am friends. Well, it's a friendship that's developing, but I have met, and I know we're friends because I know it's developing, but I this one is not like the other ones. This one is not like, I got warning signs. I got warning signs. Every friendship before the season changed of the friendship, I got warning signs. Everyone, from my bestie that was for over 20 years to this new sister that we had such a profound connection. But then I got it. I got the warning signs, but no warning signs here. However, which is so sweet. This friendship, even though it's growing, it can't be a bestie. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I have to be a bestie with my partner. And I get that, and that's my partner is like, wants that. I want that. So I get that. I can't be besties, like everything, but we're still good. It's a good it's a good bond. It's a good bond where we get each other. I don't have to over explain myself, even though I do explain myself because I don't want to come off, too much. But she's like, "No, I get it. Like, I got you. Like, I get it." Like, she's empathic as well, so she can feel it, and she's just a beautiful mother, beautiful soul. But guess what? She is the giant's partner. She's the Giants' partner. So look how shit goes full fucking circle. Like the Giant is doing their thing, like they're locked into their services and helping people and serving in the community. Like this is who the Giant is. This is one of the things that was very attractive to me about the Giant. But the Giant, the Giant was never ever my partner, and the Giant knew that they were never ever my partner, but they still just stayed there as a friend, even at a distance, still a friend. And to I would pop in now and then, check on the Giant, stuff like that. Of course I was in another space at the time, because when I first met the Giant I was like, oh, traumatized, deep in grief, and they never abused that, and they prepared me for where I am now. So now 10 years later, here I am, and have I'm there, with my actual person. And I just know it. I don't know how to say I know, but I just know what I know. And I just listened and I followed. And so I go to the bus, and at the bus stop, and there's a young lady there. And I'm looking for the bus, and she comes up. She like, this is how it happened. This is how it happened. And again, I'm going from what just happened, and I'm just kind of like going back to the beginning of the day. So she when she sees me, she draws to me. Like she literally gets up, she walks really close to me, and she asked me what buses stop here. And that was after another lady came and asked me. So a lady came from behind me. Boom. There's a 25 stop here. No, the 25 stops about 2 blocks down, And the girl is like, well, does the 21 stop here? What bus are you waiting for? And I'm like, I could get on either the 20, calling me in the middle of my life, Idaho, everything I did. She's like, What bus are you waiting for? I could get on either or. I could get on the 21 or I could get on the 34. I got options, you know? And she's like, oh, because I'm waiting for the 21. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm like, I see you wear a book bag. I got my book bag. I'm like, oh, you coming from school or you're on your way to school? And she's like, she's on her way to school. And she tells me that she came from Covenant House. So I used to stay at Covenant House. You understand? And so I know what Covenant House is, and I know what Covenant House is about. Of course, it was in another state, but it's a national. Covenant House is national, and it's for teens and for young people who really don't have a lot of support, right? And when I told her that I used to be there, she was like, for real? And I was like, yeah, girl, it's going to be all right. You know, like I didn't ask her none of her business. I don't need to know your business. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're there, you need to be there for whatever reasons. And I want to let you know it's going to be okay. Like I'm 42 and I'm here. You know what I'm saying? And yes, I'm working. Things are have been challenging, but I'm here. And she's like, "Oh my God, you don't look like you're in your 40s." And I'm like, "Yeah, girl, it's gonna be okay." So then she came, like when the bus pulled up and everything like that. The lady got on the bus. No, not the lady that was waiting for the 25. A guy came out of nowhere. He got on the bus. She got on afterwards. Me, it takes a little bit for me to climb up, right? But I know how to twist the hip, pull till I get that range of motion up in there. I really got to position these bones correctly myself, you know. Um, but anyway, I got up there, and but before I get up there, she turned and she gave me the biggest hug ever. And I was just like, it was just like confirmation of God saying, see what happens when you trust the divine. Like I can recognize the divine, but here's this. I can't even. I can't even go. I can't even go no further than say that I trust the divine. I'm gonna leave it right there. Let that sit right there. You know, and I was just like, okay. It was like confirmation after confirmation, and I connect. I met a young man today, 24 years old, that is from Egypt. That is from Egypt. Like, do you know I don't know. I know they're wonderful. I know the young people are wonderful. But to meet a 24-year-old young man from Egypt that doesn't look like an Arab, looks actually like David to me. David is my first cousin, aka brother. We grew up together, so that's why I call him my brother. But he looked like David. He looked like a young David. And I seen him when he was coming, and he seen me from a distance. It is so interesting how um, the type is it's not even interesting. It is so freaking divine. The position um, that I'm being placed in. It is so freaking divine because something that I noticed many, many years ago about individuals who society may try to label as having something in error are different. And I learned a word, and I don't even remember the word, but I know that the word was basically describing how this phenomenal person sees and hears things. Like they can smell certain things that other people may not smell. They could smell emotions, you know, and see emotions. Like that's a gift. That is a gift. And there's so many other people like that that people have tried to. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my, they're brilliant. They're not like geniuses. They are geniuses. I mentioned this in my last episode because I have a professor like that. I can see. Now, the other students may not be able to see, but I can see. And I'm just like, this dude is a freaking genius. Like, okay, this is your stop, but this is not your finish line. Like, you need to be in the deciding important stuff about our planet because you know certain things about our planet. And you just your heart is in the right space. You know what I'm saying? Your mind and your heart is in the right space. And so these are the people we need in positions of authority. Those I don't care. It may look different how they do things. I do things differently, you know. But let them be. Let them be. Let them freaking be. Okay? Let them be. And the world is recognizing that. The world has been letting a lot be, you know? And it's more and more they're letting be. They have no choice. Oh, I have a freaking choice. So anyway, this young man that's from Egypt, like, has rode camels. He's 24 years old. He's rode camels. He's traveled on safaris. His parents, his father has taught him how to um I forgot the terminology he used, but basically how to travel on a safari. You understand? Because you don't have internet service out there. There's no cell towers. You don't have a GPS. You have to be able to identify things about the environment that lets you know whether it's safe or not. Um, then he had like a whole situation where he was like on an expedition with some folks, and he got separated from them for a couple of days. He got separated for a couple of days, and he had to freaking navigate out in the fucking out there in the jungle type shit. I mean, I know Egypt is not consist of jungle. I think that was Madagascar he was at when that happened. But still, it was like it was amazing. It was amazing. It was amazing conversing with him. Um, and he's a musician, and it's just amazing. It was really, really, really amazing. And there's so many amazing people, just period. And I'm just, So, I go on social media, right? And I see a sister posted something about the Bronx. And I didn't feel nothing. I didn't feel nothing, but I noted that it caught my attention, right? And then I get this amazing, I get to see this amazing lady, um, who this young man is the one who actually posted it. This young man is, he's like eating a piece of chicken. This is how crunchy the chicken was, right? And I was just like, oh my God, he's like, my mom made this. And I'm like, that ain't Popeyes. Like, she cooked that for real. She, hold up now, hold up, because I've been working on perfecting. I've had some good takes, but like having a full, perfect way. Like I tried to do it the way my mom. You know, I peeped her. Yeah, her ways don't really flow in me. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a different way because I like crunchy chicken and I like batter. Like, you know, like I like it. So anyway, he was sharing his mother. I was like, oh yeah, I'm about to follow her. She has her own YouTube channel and she's doing all these amazing meals. Oh my gosh. And so I saw her chicken recipe and I was like, okay, now I got the clue. I got all the clues I need. I need to add things to my flour. Cornstarch, baking soda. And I need to brine my chicken the night before so that the season like so I got that from her. Brine my chicken the night before. I'm gonna do it tonight because I'm seeing some folks tomorrow. So I'm gonna make some chicken. Really seeing my son, but he's like folks, you know, because we eat like folks. So anyway, I need to probably get up and take the chicken out now. I am. I'm gonna take the chicken out in a second. But anyway, brine the chicken the night before in some seasoning, right? And some waters. Put it in there and let it soak up and let it soak all the way into the chicken and stuff. I'm like, okay. Then the next day, you take it out, you put it on some paper towel, let the, you know, juices fall off or whatever. And now, I don't know what she did with her juices, but I know what I'm gonna do with my juices. I'm gonna take my juices and add it to my dry mix. But with her dry mix, she turns it to a wet mix. So of course, whenever you're doing when you're cooking, you always combine the dry ingredients first. That I know. So she combined the her flour, she seasoned the flour, and then she added her cornstarch and she added her baking soda to the flour. And then she just poured water into the flour and made it a batter basically. Like it looked like what you call it batter? Like pancake batter, but different color. But the consistency. And she whipped it up, and it was all good. And so she said, "You got choices. You can dip your chicken into this, and then put it in a dry flour. Then she had another dry mix, and she seasoned that dry mix and stuff. So I'm gonna do it my way. But what I needed to know was the mixes, like the flour mixes. So making a wet flour mix and having a dry flour mix and doing the brining. That's what I got from that. I'm gonna do it my own way with my own seasonings, but I'm using those three things and adding those other two ingredients that I never added those ingredients. I never ever. This will be my first time adding cornstarch and baking soda to my batter. So anyway, I'm excited. I'm excited about that, and I don't even know how I got over there, but now that I'm over there, I'm just thinking about chicken. I'm just thinking about the chicken. I'm just going over how just following the divine and just how divine stuff is happening and how full circle. I just gotta put it out there how the giant prepared me, and then now I meet the giant's partner, and I have the opportunity to assist in preparing her. Oh, this is what I was talking about. Talking about the Bronx. The Bronx today. The Bronx had a whole boiler explode and nobody was harmed. Nobody was harmed. Nobody was injured. Nobody was harmed. Of a 20-story building. Nobody was harmed. Nobody was injured. No fatality. We're in paradise, people. We're here. We're here. We are here. I know some people don't realize it, but all of that right there is proof that we're here. We are here. So we just have to remember, because remember, just because we're in this space doesn't mean that it's going to always be easy. Sometimes, like my personal experience, the growth may hurt a bit, but you just have to feel it, and you just have to allow whatever is coming to surface, release it, go to sleep, wake up, and keep it pushing, and be open and receptive to the good, and be purposely putting your attention to the good, and be purposely a part of circulating the good, and having your frequency, raising your frequency, and keeping your frequency a certain way. Oh, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. So that's how I got here. I got where I am right now because I just listened to the divine, but all of that happened within today. And there's more. I know there's more. I feel it's more. There's more is coming. It's more good that's about to happen. I may not be able to tell you all the details of that, but I just know it is. I just know it is. I just know. Like I know no of a no of a no. So don't be alarmed. I doubt any of my neighbors is watching my dad going podcast show, but you never know. Um, my voice carries, and I might be singing. 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 Hallelujah. I might be singing. I'm gonna use this brother just sent me this skit. He sent it inside of a group. He didn't send it to me directly. He said, you know how you be your Christian friends who haven't done, you know, how would my mother say it? Horizontal poke. You know your Christian friends that haven't done horizontal poker in a while. How they just be like, I went to church in the spirit. He didn't do it like that. He did it a little bit more subtle. He was just like, you know what they really need, but they're talking about church and stuff. But you know what they really, really need. And you be like, why you touching yourself like that? Just over the church service? Like, for real? I didn't have that experience from the church service. So, the connection. Some of you like, what? How did she go from there to here? I know I move quickly sometimes, so I'm going to slow it down. When I say that, I'm gonna be singing. I'ma tell you right quick just how. I'ma be singing, singing with all my lips, all my lips. I'ma be singing with all my lips. I'ma be singing, singing with all of my lips, all my lips. I'ma be singing with all my lips. So please don't be alarmed. I don't have like large speakers, so if I scream, it's good stuff. That's all I would say. All right, TMI, I'm going. I'm leaving. I don't think anybody's gonna be alarmed anyway, because they probably don't mind. They just gonna be like, what the, ooh. I don't know. I don't know. All I know, I can't even tell you what I know. Something up, something good happening, something good. But I knew stuff good was happening when I went through that moment, because it was that moment was whew, that growing moment. Oh, that growing moment was whew, whew. I was like, oh, it's all any junk was like to the surface, and then the next day I woke up and I was like, I've got it, I've got me. I ain't crying today. Protect myself today. And then I was like, ooh, this person's annoying. And then it was like they purposely was annoying. And I was just like, just moved the way I move, you know? And I was like, ooh, they're annoying. And then before I knew it, it was a whole nother circumstance, and it was like, it didn't even matter. It didn't even matter. And of course, I'm analyzing myself afterwards, like, oh, you really there. You are really there, girl. You is really there. I know you're like, where's there? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm there. I'm there. And you know what? You know the revelation I just got? Was that while I may be uh, new in my acceptance, they ain't new in their acceptance all along. They, all along. I caught them a few times. I caught them a few times. And I was just flattered, and I was like, chuckle, like, they looking at me. But of course, somebody's supposed to look at you when they're talking to you, or observing, right? And I do that as a sport sometimes, you know. Not to, I mean, I am nosy. I can say I'm not nosy. But I people watch as a sport sometimes because I think people are interesting, you know. So I don't know whether I was being people watched or what, but I just know I would just notice, and I'd be like, I'd be flattered, like, and then I'll leave it alone. But I didn't know how intently, like, those were, what about times I did catch the motherfucker looking? How about when I don't even know how the motherfucker could see? Yeah, my motherfucker be looking through all types of shits and stuff. Not even just directly with the eyes. These eyes, this eye, probably through mirrors and looking glasses and stuff. Like, wait a minute now. How long you been surveilling me? The whole, the entire time. Oh, the, the, the entire time, motherfucker? Ooh, okay. Mm, alright. Like I said, alright. And your homeboys too? And your homegirls? Oh, you lucky at a giant. When you meet the giant, if you have not met the giant before, I feel like they're gonna meet. Because they do the same things, well, similar things, you know, just in different ways. They for the community. I want you to thank them for preparing me for this experience because otherwise, I when I did hit the hills, because I hit the hills quite a few times. I almost hit the hills recently. I was like, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. I'm not coming back ever again. I'm just gone. I'm gone. I can't do this shit. This shit is intense. I can't do it. It's too intense for me. I don't even know why. What's the reason? What's the reason why it's so intense? So I hit the hills before, like, oh hell no, mm, and God was like, where you going? God was trying to gently push me back there. People was telling me, go over there. And I was like, I ain't going over there. It's intense over there. Why I'm going over there where it's so intense at? Nah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Until I actually surrendered to God's direction, I was like, all right, I'm gonna go. You ever had that experience? God's trying to give you a message, and God's so loving and gentle. God's just like, just I know it's intense, but you are intense too. Take your behind over there. And you be like, God be like, go ahead now. That's where you fit at. That's where you belong. You're like, come on, okay. You can stay over these other places where you don't belong if you want to. It's not gonna be fun. And then you finally have no choice but to just be like, all right, God. And you be like, all right. It's almost like a teenager just listening to their parents, like, and then after they listen to their parents, they're like, oh, I'm, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. You were right. You were right. You were right. Anyway, I'm gonna get up off this broadcast because I do gotta take out the chicken and I need to get up and do other stuff. And I'm rebellious about it a little bit. I'm just like, I got to straighten up this month. For what? Feel like it. I don't feel like it. I don't feel like it. But I don't know. Something's gonna stir in my spirit and have me dancing and singing like I was last night. I was dancing and singing, having a whole solo party here. A whole. And that's why I need to rest these daggone legs because I need to go work them back out. I am going to work them back out. And they are different there. I'm at the state's best physical therapy place. And not only at the best company, I'm at the best location of the company. So, yeah, when they're never like, okay, your hour is over, bye. I was there I got there yesterday like 5:15. I left at 8:30, people. 5:15 to 8:30. 5:15 to 8:30. And physical therapy. I work the shit out of these motherfucking legs, and not in a harsh way, but in an effective way. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be doing some more works tomorrow, and then Friday. My school schedule is least, but I do have a lot of errands to do. But I think I'm gonna get some errands done tomorrow. So I'm gonna balance it all out and continue surrendering to the divine and circulating the good and all the frequency. Thank you so much for trusting me with so much. For much is given, much is required, and I really am humble. And the interaction I had with the young lady today, the random hug I got from the young lady today. I actually got 2 hugs today, by the way. But I want more. Why I gotta say it like that? Why I gotta say it like that? It's the truth. It's the whole truth, nothing but the truth. But the two sisters that I did embrace today, they both embraced me, and I just was like, Hell yeah, I'm a hugger. I'm a hugger. I am a hugger. I hug trees. You know, people with good vibrations. You can always get a hug from me. Shoot, you know. But anyway, what I noticed, the girl from Covenant House, the interaction with the giant's wife. That shit, it tickles my whole soul. I don't know how much ahead I am of this, okay? And I feel again, um, I feel very humbled to even be privy to this information. And it shows a lot. It shows a lot about the genuine love that I have for my friend. And even though I made things very awkward for a very long time, you know, still, it's still like it still is genuine, you know what I mean? And that in of itself is astounding, That's astounding. It's like, oh, you are it's astounding. It's astounding. It's astounding. But anyway, um, what was I talking about? The hugs. Okay, let's talk about hugs. And the giant's wife that I met. Um, I lost my whole train of thought because I don't know how far ahead I am of it, but I know that it is because I for a whole decade have been, observing. So I know what they like, and I know this person and this person's genuine in their heart and everything just like they hustles match. They hustles match. They are gonna do wonderful together. And I know this is where I was saying. This is the thought came back. Um, that everything that I experienced um, was to be able to assist others that are going through similar things. Everything. Covenant House, my physical challenges with my legs, That's like Joe Dispenza. Joe Dispenza didn't go through that accident just to overcome it. He could have overcame it and been sitting somewhere and could have been still practicing neuroscience and practicing chiropractic and just doing his daggone whatever. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have to be traveling the world helping others get through challenging things too, physically. You know what I'm saying? So it was like it was for a purpose, a divine purpose. And so, whoa, how many things did I get through? That's a lot of divinity that was carrying me through these different points. And now I can speak like when somebody's like, oh, I'm at Covenant House. I'm like, oh girl, me too. I was there, and they're like, for real, it plants a seed. Like, I don't know if I'll ever see that young lady again, but it plants a seed where it's like, I've met this lady and she had been through this. And even though she just told me I could get through it. Like, so I could get through it. You know what I'm saying? Without me knowing the details, without me prying into people's business and all of that stuff. It's just like, oh, I've been there, girl. You can get through it. I got through. You could do it. I don't know how I did it. I just know here I am. Here you are. Who knew we was gonna meet in the bus stop? I don't even know the girl's name. But to plant that seed, amazing. And so then same thing with what's his name's wife. Like, it's like the thing she's experienced more, similar and more, similar and more, similar and more. You know, but I've been there. So I can relate. So it's like when she's telling me there is absolutely nothing I can say but, girl, you gonna get through it. Like, and you doing good. And remind her of all of the assets that she has. She has amazing assets and amazing support. And now girl, me? Her. Me? She's strong anyway. She's strong. She's strong, strong. Like strong. Strong, strong. But I wish. Like, I don't even know how I would have acted if I would have came across. I know I came across individuals similar. You know what I'm saying? But I don't. You know, because it's one thing to get through something difficult and challenging, like that's one thing, but then to prosper afterwards and to flourish afterwards, like that's different. That's different, you know, and not just in one area. Like, ooh, I got through that and now I'm a multimillionaire and I got all these things, you know. No, like I got through there. I'm a multimillionaire. I got all these things. And I share these things in my time and my space in a loving, happy, healthy, safe union. If that's what you desire, then have it. If you don't desire it, then that's cool. But if you desire it, have it. You can have all the desires of your heart. I'm the proof. I'm the proof of it. This little girl from the projects that was an orphan is the proof of it. I have no idea. I only have little small ideas, and I think my small ideas are no match for the actuality of the vastness. And I've gotten little flashes, you know, of the future. You know, I've got little flashes that stick out, and I know that I'm on those timelines because of the constant deja vu's. I'm just like, oh, 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 oh. Anyway, let me get up off of here. My son just messaged me. I'm gonna message him back. Thank you for tuning into the SupaTea Podcast Show. Keep on keeping on, people. We got this. We got this. We are in a whole new stage. Like, New Earth is here. Her's a baby. We got to nurture her. We got to be diligent with our vibrations. And it's okay if we are experiencing different emotions. Go through the experience. Do not numb yourself. Do not numb your feelings. Feel the feels. Ask questions. Ask divinity, what does this mean? What are you trying to, what am I experiencing? Why am I experiencing this? What is the bigger picture, divinity? And purposely, intentionally look at the things you're grateful for. I don't care what it is. I boo-hooed and I was like, it hurts. But I'm still grateful that I got this. And I'm still grateful I got that. I'm still grateful even though I'm hurt right now. That's how I was. That's how I was one day. And I can laugh about it now because I've gotten through it. I dare not ever come on here and show that because I don't ever want to send those vibrations out into the world on such a large scale. But I want you to know that when you experience those things, it's okay. It's an experience. It is not the end all and be all. It's not. It's just an experience. So experience it. There's something that's either coming to the surface for you to release, something that needs your attention for you to nurture and love into wholeness. Something better is coming from that emotion. Maybe it's something you need to just admit and accept and make a decision about. I don't know what the something is, but I know it's something. And it's not just for you to be in perpetual pain. No, that's not what you're here for. But there will be some things that are uncomfortable and feel hurtful. And they may even push you to tears and crying. And you may even experience doubts and fears. But you don't need to hold on to those things. You can tell yourself something different. And gratitude is the best way out. Even in the midst, find something to be grateful for. Anything. Anything. It doesn't matter the size of it. You can be grateful that you drank a cup of water when you was thirsty. You can be grateful you have something to eat. You can find anything to be grateful for. You can be grateful that you're breathing because you know that means that you still have work to do here. And you still have a purpose here. And this is not the end all be all here. Here is just a space and a place, but there is beyond. And I heard beyond. I don't know. I ain't gonna say that because I don't want to um, anybody to misinterpret anything that I'm saying. But just know that the emotions that you experience that you may not like, may not feel good, are just a moment. And there's other moments to come. And you can determine your moments by where you put your attention at and where you're choosing to focus at. You got that power. So flex your power, people. Flex your power. Flex your power in a good way in your life. Flex your power in a good way in your life. Heal, do the work, take the time to do the work, continue to do the work, and reap the rewards because there's some rewards on the rewards. I don't know. I ain't gonna say. I can't tell you how fast they're gonna come, how long it's gonna take. I just know they're there. Like it's a guarantee. So it may not come overnight. It may come overnight. I don't know. Just do it and just keep on do it. Do it, bruh. Do it. All right, I'm gonna go. We'll just go. Go.